Hello there, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Just the Luka the Dice. Today, I play Apocalypse with Nathan. So, this is probably my fourth game? I'll say it's my third game of Apocalypse. Third one recorded, at least. I think I played one off camera once, which didn't really count because I lost that one, too. I haven't won a game yet.
Okay, good for me.
Exactly. Today, we play 250 power per player. Actually, what, 260?
260.
Yeah, we're actually at 260 each. I'm at 259. We're not going to worry about attacker or defender getting extra points if they're lower. We're just going to be playing it as close as match play as possible, just scoring more objectives and stuff like that. We have yet to figure out the scenario. And if you're curious what 250 power is in points, because we're not using Forge Roll, it's a little more accurate, I believe. We are closer to about 5,000 points per player. This would be a 10,000 point game in 40K. Not exactly, but give or take some points here. Last time I played 250 power with Matt, I believe my list was actually 4,300 points. Okay. So the neck rounds are a little pricey, but they're quite durable in Apocalypse. So I think that's a cost, or a comedy for that, or count for that. There we go. Thank you. I guess without further ado, let's go look at the armies. Well, I guess I should let you know I'm playing Death Guard. All Death Guard. No demons. I was thinking about bringing the Warhound, but he's 60 power and he doesn't do a lot of damage, and that's a little too much, I think, against Raven Guard. With one little tiny Chaos Vindicator to kind of like...
He's not Chaos at all. He's rusty. He's old.
We couldn't find a Black Vindicator. The closest one we could find was Black Legion, so that's the one out-of-place model there. Let's go take a look at the armies and figure out what scenario we're playing. And if you haven't noticed, we're playing in the tournament hall because Apocalypse calls for 6x8 tables usually, and we can't fit that in the studios downstairs. Those are for your regular size games. So we're playing in the studio here, or the big tournament hall, so if there is an echo, I do apologize for that. Hopefully it is tolerable.
Here we have the Death Guard at 260 power. I have one Supreme Command. I got one battalion, two battalions, one Outrider, and one Vanguard over there. Starting with the Supreme Command, I'm definitely not going to run Death Guard in Apocalypse and not bring Mortarion into the fold. He's only got 4 wounds. The Barbaran plate makes this way he can never be crippled though, so that's going to be interesting. He is a Psyker, so that will be helpful as well. And of course, in his Supreme Command, he's running around with 3 Demon Princes. And I had the power, so I brought in some Death Shroud Terminators to join them as the elite choice. The battalion, triple Poxwalker unit with Typhus and a Noxious Blightbringer in it. So he is mostly there to give them a little more movement. If they start movement within 7 inches of him, any Death Guard unit, I believe, or any Nurgle unit that is, gets +2 to their movement characteristics. So when they're assaulting, that's +4-inch movement, which could help a lot because Typhus and the Poxwalkers are quite slow already. One Outrider detachment, that's got 3 Mephitic Blade Haulers in 1 unit, which is 27 power, which is super expensive. Like, that might be way too much. That's almost 600 points. Or it's the equivalent of 600 points. Anyways, we have 2 Fetid Blow Drones as well with Plague Spears. Another battalion, which is going to have a Biologist Putrefier, a Malignant Plaguecaster, as well as a Chaos Lord in it, just on foot. But this battalion is going to run 3 squads of 20 Plague Marines walking up the field. Each one of these squads is going to have 2 Blight Launchers in it, which is an upgrade they can take. They can take a Plague Spear or Blight Launchers, which means they just get to shoot those in addition to their rapid fire bolt guns. And lastly, another expensive detachment. I got a Chaos Lord Jump Pack joining 15 Blightlord Terminators in 3 squads of 5. So all around, I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 characters that are going to be commanders. So I got 4 Warlords. I got 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, and then Mortarion, of course, will be the War Master, naturally. So I'll roll for his War Master trait in a second, which means I'll be drawing 5 asset cards a turn. Mortarion's War Master trait, got to roll a d12. It's going to be 10. That will be Head Taker. He gets to reroll wound rolls against target enemy characters. Now we can take a look at the Raven Guard from Nathan. What do you got?
All right, so starting on the left here, we have Spearhead. We've got 3 Predators being led up by a Land Raider. In front of it, we have another Spearhead, which is 2 squads of 10-man Hellblasters with a completely loyalist Vindicator and a Primaris Lieutenant taking that HQ slot. Moving over to the right, we have we have our first Vanguard detachment, which is Ironclad Dreadnought with a Assault Terminator squad, a regular ranged Terminator squad, as well as a Terminator Chaplain. The melee Terminators and the Chaplain and the Dreadnought are all going to be hiding inside of a Storm Raven.
Boop, nevermore.
Nevermore. Behind that, we've got ourselves...
My one question is, why is this a 6-man squad?
Because I put one too many dudes in it. Don't worry about it.
All right,
Questions you don't want the answers to.
We'll fix that later. And then we got a battalion.
Nope. So we've got in the back we have another Vanguard, which is 3 Redemptor Dreads, all with onslaught cannons led up by another Primaris Lieutenant.
Nice.
In front of that, we have sort of our light deep strike unit. We've got a jump pack chaplain, 2 5-man squads of Reavers with a Vanguard vet squad. And then lastly, we've got 2 battalion detachments. I have 2 captains, one in Phobos, who's going to be my War Master, that one, and then the Terminator captain, backed up by 3 5-man scout sniper squads, 2 with missile launchers. And in front of them, we have a captain in Gravis armor with a librarian, 2 intercessor squads, and a bolter scout squad with a heavy bolter.
Alrighty. Now why don't you go ahead and roll your War Master trade up for us.
Let's see what he does.
Is he also going to be a head taker? No, he got 12
number 12.
instead. This is the table that Nathan and I will be playing on for today's Apocalypse game. It is a 8x6 table. So a proper size table. We're doing Race to Destruction because I haven't done this one yet, and this is one where you secretly bid how long it's going to take to deploy, and I like that it has secondary objectives as well. It's pretty basic. You put down 6 objective markers down. They have to be 12 away from a battlefield edge, boop, and 12 away from each other, so they're kind of just randomly strewn about the table. And 1 player deploys over there, 1 player deploys over here, and you are 36 inches away from each other in the center, so there's 18 inches away from the center line. Whoever controls the most objective markers at the end of a battle round scores a victory point. Whoever kills a super heavy scores a victory point, and whoever kills a War Master gets a victory point at the end of the game. And that's pretty much it. It's all about controlling the objective markers in this game. Now, for the deployment, both of us are going to secretly bid a number. Whoever has the lowest bid gets to deploy their army first, but they have to do it in that time period, in that allotted amount of time that they bid. If they don't, any detachments that aren't on the table completely are removed from the table and put into delayed reserves. They'll show up later in the game. And then for going first in the first battle round, instead of rolling initiative normally, the player deployed first rolls a d12, the other person rolls a d6. And whoever finishes first gets 1 extra command asset card for every 5 minutes they beat their opponent by in a bid and successfully deployed as well. Sorry, scratch that successful part. You just get 1 extra command asset card for every 5 minutes you beat your opponent by in deployment. So now we're going to go ahead and secretly bid deployment time, and then you're going to see us deploy rapidly. I'll do the delayed deployment as I usually do. That was close. Nathan, that was close. So Nathan bid 4 minutes, I bid 6 minutes. So naturally, Nathan got to go first. He finished with 30 seconds to spare. I took my time on 6 minutes.
58 seconds to spare.
And I'm like, well, if he did that with that much time to spare, I'll just take mine slow. And I'm putting things down. Like, whatever, I got things in reserve. They're going to go down. They're going to go down over here. They're going to go down over there. Then I look at my timer, and I got 40 seconds left in an entire battalion to deploy still. So I'm like, and then I put the last guy down. Now, they weren't perfect. They were kind of backwards and flipped around. And then I fixed one model I put up, and then the timer goes off, and I'm like, whew. So there's actually no delayed reserves in this game, which is fine, because it pretty much just says whatever didn't get deployed just shows up on the battlefield through its own little rules. That means you're going to be rolling a d12 for your initiative. I'll be rolling a d6.
Yeah.
So whoever rolls the highest gets the initiative, and we place down our orders and all that good stuff. Now, there would have been additional command asset cards as well, but the difference being bid was only 2 minutes, so no extra command points for Nathan, command asset cards for Nathan. We're going to go ahead and roll for initiative now in this Apocalypse game. I get a grand total of 5, so you get the beat of 5, which is no problem.
Boom.
So you are going to be the initiative player. I'll go over deployment very quickly for anyone who's curious. I put my Outrider detachment out front, mostly for the obscured buff from the Mephitic Blight Haulers. It gives infantry, I believe it's light Death Guard units, the obscured rule if they're wholly within 7, so both of these squads are wholly within 7. This squad back here is not. And I got the the Fetid Blow Drones there. I have all my Plague Marines over here, surrounded by the characters. He gives +1 to wound for ranged weapons, so that'll help their bolt guns out, which is kind of a weird interaction. He's the grenade guy, but he actually increases their bolt gun damage and their blight launcher damage as well. Our Supreme Command detachment has Demon Prince, Mortarion, who is going to be the War Master out front, and then we have Typhus, the Blightbringer, Noxious Blightbringer, and the 3 Poxwalkers over here. Then in reserve, I have my Death Shroud Terminators that are part of my Supreme Command, and my entire Vanguard of Terminators and Chaos Lord in reserve as well. And then for yourself, we have your Predators, your Land Raider, Is he the commander of the Land Raider? He's the highest leadership?
Yeah.
So he's the commander, not an HQ, but he will be commanding them, so they have to stay within 12 of him. That won't be a problem for all vehicles. You have a battalion.
Yep.
Which is, that's Vanguard, right? No, that's a battalion.
Battalion, yep. And then
Scouts.
Scout battalion tucked in this building.
Now, the cool thing with Scouts is when they're in defensible terrain, which you're allowed to deploy in, if it's wholly within your territory, which it was, they get a base 5 up save no matter what, as long as they're in terrain, and they're -1 to hit in there as well. And then you have your Spearhead.
Spearhead, yeah. And then Spearhead. And then the Vanguard is half in the transport, half in Deep Strike Reserve, as well as the other Vanguard attachment is entirely in Deep Strike.
Gotcha. So now you're going to go first. Now we have to set up any reinforcements. So that's our Deep Strikers. You get to do yours first, and then I get to do mine.
Am I allowed to hold them for another turn?
Of course.
Then I'm holding them for another turn.
I think mine are going to show up because I want to be aggressive.
Okay.
So I will set up my one Vanguard that has all my Terminators and the Chaos Lord over here. We got our command assets. Now we've issued all of our orders. They're all face down. So we're going to go ahead and flip them all, and I'll show you what they are. So I'll start with mine. I have an advance on my Vanguard. I have an assault on my Poxwalkers. I have an assault on the Supreme Command with Mortarion. Advance on the Outrider. Assault on my Plague Marine squad. I want them to double their move to get up the field quicker and get to that objective. I essentially just want to get to try as many objectives as I possibly can. Looks like we have take aim on them, so this whole thing can't move, but it does get +1 to hit.
Yep.
And then your battalion has advance. This Spearhead has advance. This squad's taking aim. Makes sense. They're in cover. And this is Spearhead.
Yep.
And then your other Spearhead over here is advancing, and then that is advancing as well. That's
Correct.
pretty simple. So you have initiative. You get to pick the first thing. What would you like to activate first?
I'm going to activate this unit here.
The Spearhead first?
Yeah, I'm going to use a card as well.
I also have a card. So once you activate them, I have seize the initiative. I actually get to activate something first.
Can I seize your C's?
Maybe.
Okay,
Yeah, you can seize the C's, because all C's says is when your opponent goes to select one of their detachments, you do it instead. And then, essentially, when I go to select one of my detachments, you go, I got seize the initiative as well. So they kind of just counteract each other.
So you get to go twice in a row?
No, I just interrupt the order. It's always
Okay.
I go, you go, so I go with one, then you go with one.
Gotcha.
So this is, select one of your detachments that has not carried out an order this phase. Carry out that detachment's order before your opponent's detachment carries out its order. Naturally, I will be using my Vanguard force, and they're advancing, so they get to move and then fire. Now, granted, the Terminators only move 12, but this guy can move. Sorry, they only move 4, but he can move 12, so he's just going to do a 12-inch move right into base contact with this one, so that one can't shoot.
Okay.
But the rest still can, and the rest still do a move. But they have to stay within 12 of him, unfortunately. Final position, they had to move over this direction to get within 12 of him, but they all moved up there for a wee bit. I'll start with him. He's just going to fight the Predator. I don't expect him to do much. Got one attack. He gets to reroll once because he's a Chaos Lord, and a 6 to hurt a vehicle. Nope, we got nothing. And then they're all going to go ahead and shoot. So technically, before I move anything, you wanted to play Shadow Masters.
Yeah.
So use this command asset can be in the action phase when you select one detachment from your army led by a Raven Guard commander, which is that one there.
Yep.
And they are obscured.
So it makes them tricky.
So -1 to hit them.
Yeah.
So that's before I technically move anything. But yeah, we'll keep the same place. So they're obscured. So I changes up my shooting a little bit. Oh, sorry, which one? Them? Or I guess they're already obscured in the building.
Yeah, so this blob of lads.
I'm going to just go ahead with these guys. We're going to start with this squad here. It's going to rapid fire Stormbolters into the Intercessor squad. -1 to hit because they're obscured. And the Blight Launcher in each squad is just going to fire at that Predator there. Until I feel like it's taking enough damage, but that's what I'm going to do. So I'll start with the Blight Launcher over there. We hit, and it's 6 to hurt a vehicle. We fail. Into the Intercessors, we are rapid firing, so 4 shots on 4s. We do not get to reroll 1s with them. 1 hit wounds on a 7. No, nothing. Oh, I'm Heretic Astartes. I get to reroll 1s to wound. Hey, we got a blast. Squad's going to do the exact same thing into the Intercessors and Blight Launcher into that Pred. We'll start with the Blight Launcher on a 3 and a 6. We have a blast on it. And now they're rapid firing the Stormbolters on 4s because they're obscured. Oh, I need 3d12. 7s to wound. And we've got 2 more blasts. We got 1 large. Now this one is going to fire the Blight Launcher over there. And we're not rapid firing into them, but I want to try and focus them down. So I'm going to do 2 shots into them. You know what? I'm going to rapid fire into the Scouts. Maybe I can get lucky on them. 4s to hit, 2 hits, and 7s to get them. Large blast on the Scouts. And then boom on the Scouts. And that's it for my activation. I am done.
Okay.
You have a card.
I have a card. Overwhelming firepower.
What do?
It do reroll 1 shoot.
You get to reroll 1. What?
1's shooting with a detachment, yeah.
Also, this detachment is going to activate. It's
This
going to reroll
detachment,
1s
they're
to
going to
shoot.
reroll 1s to shoot. He can't shoot because he locked him into combat.
But he can do a fight.
He can't do a fight.
He's -1 to fight though because he's locked in combat. And
But he
he's
gets
got
to reroll 1s.
Oh, nice. Okay.
It's just 4 attacks.
Okay. Oh, the aim fire order. Yeah, you're right.
Yep.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Open up the Land Raider. What are the targets?
All right, so the 2 twin las cannons are going to go into Mortarion,
Gotcha.
and the twin heavy bolter is going to go into this Blightlord Terminator squad.
All right, we'll do the. What do you want to do first?
Let's do las cannons.
With 2 shots per las cannon, so hitting on 3s.
3s rerolling 1s.
Well, 2s, because he's got to take aim. You get +1 hit.
Oh, right, yeah, so 2s. So 4 hits.
And these are going to be 5s to wound Mortarion, because he is a super heavy. We got. That's too large.
Too large.
Twin heavy bolters, 2 shots into these termies on 2s. Or those ones?
Yeah.
All right. 2s. We're rolling 1s for the fire. And then they
hits.
wound me on 7s.
Oop. Oops, wrong dice.
Yeah, those are the wrong dice.
Old habits.
That's 1 blast on them.
Okay.
First spread.
All right, so autocannon is going to go into the Terminators.
Gotcha.
The 2 las cannons into Mortarion.
Down the table. We'll start with the last cannons. They're easy enough.
All right.
2s to hit because they take aim.
Rerolling that one.
Because of this card. And they
Boom.
both hit, and they wound him on 5s on d12s. And we got 1 blast. Boop. Now the autocannons, 2s to hit. Both hit, and they wound personnel on 7s. We have nothing.
All right.
And you know, same thing with the other.
Same thing.
Now the last predator shooting, same thing. The 2 las first. Reroll the 1 for the card.
Oop.
Oh, only 1 hitting Morty on a 5. Nothing.
Nothing.
And then the predator autocannons into my Terminators. 2s. Roll the 1 for the card. And then on 7s. And 1 blast on them, which makes it a large blast. 1 attack. It's -1 because of taking, but you always hit on a 6. You hit, and you wound me on a 10.
Oh.
Wow! That's terrifying because I only have 1 wound. That will end that activation. So then I'm going to activate myself. I think I'm just going to go with this squad. This whole detachment, this battalion is going to assault. So they're going to double their move. Currently they're move 6, so they get to move 12 inches because he increases their movement by 2. And that's pretty much it for my activation. They all shuffle up. Activating the battalion in the ruin. They're currently taking aim, so they get +1 to hit, but they can't move. Now, where do you want to start and where do you want to put these shots?
All right, so things are going to get weird.
Oh, are they?
Yep. So we're going to have, we'll start with this top squad.
Yep.
4 sniper rounds going into Typhus.
Okay.
And the missile's going to go into Mortarion.
Okay, so what do you want to start with then? Missile?
Let's do the missile first.
All right, 1 single shot on the missile. You get +1 to hit because you had to take aim.
Yeah, and rerolling 1s because the captain.
That's true.
Whoop.
So we have a hit and a missile and a 7 to wound him. We don't. The 1 shot with the sniper rifle on the Typhus, it hits. So they obviously ignore the obscure because they have the sniper rule. And a 7 to wound. No.
Nothing.
The second squad in the defensible terrain, same thing.
Yeah, so missile.
Missile. We have a hit.
We have a hit.
And a 7 to wound Mortarion.
Yeah. No.
No, off by 1.
Ah.
And then the 1 single sniper shot on the Typhus was a hit, and a 7 to wound him as well. Everything's power is just so scaled down. And we have 1 more unit. You want to do the same thing? Is it 3 identical scout squads?
1 does not have a missile launcher.
Oh, okay. So it's just got one single sniper shot in the Typhus. Pachoo! Hey!
Hits.
And pachoo! Hey, there we go. Typhus only has 1 wound. Boop, that could be enough. That was it for Nathan's activation. I'm going to activate this Spearhead or Outrider detachment, and they're going to move forward and shoot gun. That's where that detachment ends. And 3 missile launchers because the multi-meltas are not in range. I'm going to focus on a Redemptor. We're all going to fire on that very left Redemptor. Or my very left Redemptor. 3s to hit because it's a unit of 3 of them. Bam, don't roll 1s. I'll roll that, it's pretty bad. Okay, we got 3 hits. And 7s to wound the Redemptor. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, reroll for Heretic Astartes. We get a large blast. Large blast on him down there, and I'm finished. 2 cards to
2
play.
cards.
So what do you got?
I'm going to start with Tactical Flexibility, which allows me to switch in order.
Okay. So what were they before take aim?
So they were move forward and shoot.
Okay, now
Move and gun.
now they are stand still and gun. Oh no, they're double moving.
Now they're double moving because Shock Assault lets me double move and shoot instead of fight.
Oh, and then I assume they're activating next.
Yeah.
All right, so they get to double move and still shoot because of shock assault. Bam! Their new final position. Vindicator's opening up this salvo of fire.
Vindicator got his Demolisher Cannon going into Mortarion.
All right, so what does this do?
So hitting on 3s.
3s to hit. Well, bam! 1 hit.
1 hit.
6 to wound with Destroyer.
Whoop.
Oh no!
Hold on.
Oh, do you have a reroll?
I have, oh, the lieutenant, he's out of 6, but...
Do you have a reroll card, maybe?
I don't! I have nothing to do!
Oh no. First squad of 10, which one? The one out front?
One out front is going to shoot into these guys right here.
They have 2 attacks, that 10-man squad. 3s to hit.
No
Rerolling
reroll.
ones, no rerolling though.
No.
Whoa, sorry, I guess you weren't supercharging, or were you?
No.
That's 5 to wound. It'd be a 4 if you supercharged. So don't roll 4. Hey,
7.
we got a blast.
And
Just another small blast there. And then we have, what, 2 more squads? One more squad to help blast?
One more squad, and they're going to go at the
Bloat drone?
bloat drone.
So 2 shots in my bloat drone, hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s. Pew, pew. There's a reroll for the captain nearby. Oh, wow. That's it for your activation there. I'm going to go ahead with this squad. They are assaulting, so they're all double moving forward. And that's their final position. That little battalion gets to activate now. They have an assault. Sorry, advance. So they get to move and fire. But they don't have to move. That's their final position. So scouts are firing first.
They're going to just shoot straight ahead into these Terminators.
All right, so they got bolt guns that rapid fire, so 2 shots.
Oh, right, yeah. So,
And then we can throw the heavy bolter in as well because it's the exact same profile.
Okay,
It just gets 1 additional shot.
so there we go.
3s.
3s.
And the 2 misses, and these are 7s against personnel.
7s.
7s to my Thermies. We got a
2.
large blast. All right, Thermies taking the large blast. Then we have 2 squads of intercessors.
Alright, so first squad is going to rapid fire into the same squad.
So 2 shots on 3s, rerolling any 1s, and these are 5 to wound personnel with those crazy bolt rifles. They're nuts. Another large blast.
12s.
Yikes. Back squad.
They're going to go into this squad.
All right, we have 2 shots on 3s because of rapid firing. Reroll 1 for the captain. Yes.
2
And
hits.
5s.
5s.
Nothing.
It equals 5.
Huh. Kinda, I guess. Huh. All I have left is my supreme command of all demon princes and Mortarion. That's their final position, and then they're going to, the only one that can attack is Mortarion into the Vindicator, because he's the only one who made it into base contact. You got 4 attacks with silence, 2 attacks base, times 2. These hit on 2s, rerollable, because of his rule. He's actually got Sire of the Death Guard, which rerolls all hit and wound rolls for Death Guard within 7. That's nuts. It does not have Destroyer though, so 5s, and because he's the Primarch of his own Legion, rerollable, which gives a large blast and a small blast. He takes his damage there. And that's it for my activation there as well. In fact, I think I am done with all of my activations, so it's just Raven Guard plays now. What do they have with their advance?
Yeah, so move and gun.
Move and gun. Forward they go. First one, firing the only guns in range are their heavy onslaughts.
So they're going into this Plague Marine big blob.
All right, now let me double check. I don't think I'm obscured anymore. No, because they had to walk around the obstacle. They're not obscured anymore, so you're just hitting them on 3s. There wasn't any 3s anyway, so I don't feel so bad. And they wound on 7s. And yeah, 7s to wound, rolling 1s for the lieutenant nearby. We have a blast. There's a blast on them, and then we have another Redemptor. Who does he want to fire at? Same target over here. 4 shots on 3s. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, they all hit. 7s to wound, rerolling 1s. We got 1.
1.
Okay, wait, that's a large blast. Upgrade. Now that last Redemptor is everything within 24 inches of Morty is going to fire into him. So you have pretty much 8 shots in total because you have defensive systems, which are the frag assault launchers and storm bolters. So it's 2 shots, 7s and 9s.
Yep.
And then you have the smaller Gatling cannon, which is 2 shots, 7s and 9s, which is heavy, so you fire that. And then the
4 shots, so 8 shots.
And they're all 7s and 9s. So it's nice and simple. Thank you, Games Workshop.
Yep.
These hit on 3s. Oh, it's all right. 3
okay.
misses. And wounding on 9s. We're rolling any 1s. We got 2 1s, and we have a blast. 2 blasts. 1 more large. It's not bad at all. So now he's in the death. He was technically in death range before. Now he's even more so. That's it for their activation. I have no more to do. You have the Storm Raven now. The Flyer will advance over here, keeping the Marines within 6. So if you do disembark, you can disembark within 6 and go base-to-base contact and fight when you disembark. Where would I like to fire, though?
He's got a lot of guns.
Yeah, he do.
So we're going to put the Hurricane Bolters into this squad of Marines.
They're already taking some damage. Makes sense.
Yeah. Then we're going to put the Multi-Meltas into the
Blow drone.
blow drone. And then we're going to put the las cannons, 48 inches.
The last cannons and the Storm Strike missiles are going to go into that Demon Prince right there. Coming up with the 2 Hurricane Bolters are 4 shots apiece when rapid firing, so hitting on 3s. Only 2 misses. 7s to wound. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 2 more large blast. I counted 1 as a 9.
It's only
And boop boop and boop boop. Hitting on 3s into the Demon Prince with the las. They both hit 5s to wound the Demon Prince. Pew pew. We got
One.
small blast. Now we got the multi-melta. There's 2 of them, correct?
2.
3s. 1 hit. And I think it's 4s against
4s.
vehicles. We got a small. And then the storm strike missiles. Both hit. And what is this against heavy?
6s.
2 6s. So he's got a small blast on him already. And he's got a large now. Large blast. And that will be him done. That actually concludes the activations. I think I want to measure one thing before we go into the damage phase.
One I'm going to use
In the action phase?
in the command, the damage phase.
So I also have a damage. Is this at the start of the damage phase?
Used in the damage phase before your opponent takes a morale check for one of their units.
Gotcha. All right. So what I'm gonna do? So the way this works is you have initiative. You have to start with your damage units, for one of your damage units first. But I have a super heavy, which is Mortarion. I have to do him first. But I'm gonna use a psychic power from Mortarion. It's gonna be Telekine Dome. He's gonna create a psychic barrier around him, and he's always gonna roll d12s for his armor saves, even against the large blasts.
Okay.
Do you have any way to stop psychic power? Any like adamantium will?
No.
Perils of the warp, anything like that? Nope.
No.
Okay.
No.
So he's gonna do his saving throws first because he has to, and he's got, I believe, 4 wounds on him. So he's got a 5-up save on all of these. He is gonna be taking 1 potential damage, and he does have the ignore damage 6 rule as well. So I failed that 1 save, and I take the damage. And I have to do an immediate morale check as well at +4. So I roll a d6, add 4. Oh, sorry. I rolled a 5. What were we gonna play? I forgot about that. I forgot your
I'm so
cards.
sorry. Everything went so fast.
Yeah, my bad.
Use a D. How?
You were going to do Angels of Death?
Yeah.
So I have to roll a d12 instead of a d6.
Yes.
So scrap that roll, and hopefully I roll higher than a 5. Oh, no. I assume you still would have wanted me to use it.
Yeah.
Because the potential is much higher.
Yeah.
So I kind of jumped the gun. I rolled a 5 on that, which would have been a 9. I actually would have failed on that initial roll. But the d12 would have been much harder to pass, but I actually passed because I rolled a 1. So he takes no damage. He takes 1 damage, actually.
I couldn't not use the card when I saw you rolled high on the D6 because my intent was to use the card,
Right.
so I wasn't going to cheese it.
It's me kind of jumping the gun. I forgot you had a card for
You're
initiative.
just really excited.
I was. I still take a damage though because I failed the save. Now he gets a little damage marker next to him. Now we're done the super heavies. You get to go with whatever. It's whatever unit you want to take. Usually this phase I found hasn't been super critical yet.
Okay. Well, let's start with these scouts with their large blast.
All right. I think they have an 8-up save, so you have to roll a d6 and make an 8-up save. They automatically fail.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's the kind of situation there for them. I don't know how many wounds a scout has though.
Instant die.
They just die. They're dead.
All right. Well,
Poor scouts. Wah, wah, wah.
knowing that.
I'm gonna do these White Lord Terminators over here. If I roll a d12 and a d6, they have a 4-up save against both. Okay, I pass 1, fail 1. They have the ignore damage 6 rule. Oh, they take no damage, but I still owe you a morale check.
Yeah.
So it's on a d6. I think their leadership 6 or 7. Adding 2, they're fine. They absorb all damage. Papa Nurgle bless. Doing that squad of intercessors, same deal, but they have a 6-up save. So we fail 1, pass 1. And then you owe me a morale check at d6 plus 2. Whatever you roll, adding 2, you roll a total of 5, they're fine. That cripples them, but crippling doesn't actually hurt intercessors because they don't have any heavy weapons and they only have 1 attack. Since we're over here, I guess I'll resolve my Terminators. 4-up saves on d6. Oh! Okay, I make 1, fail 1. Ignore damage 6. I don't. So I owe you a morale on 2, adding 2. I pass because I rolled equal to or lower then, and I take no more damage, but they are crippled now, which does hurt them, I think. Oh, that pred there.
Yeah.
He's got a 6-up save on the d12. He is fine. You do owe me a morale, though. I don't think they can fail. What's the leadership on a pred?
6.
So on a 6, he could fail.
No.
They shall know no fear. He Raven Guard. No, he's fine.
No.
Okay, Chaos Lord, please do not die. He's good. He makes a 7. He's got a 6-up save on a d12. But I do owe you morale.
Yep.
Which ironically could still kill him. He's good. That Redemptor has a 6-up save on a d6. He is gonna fail, and he owes you. I owe me a morale.
I owe me morale.
You owe me. He's fine.
He's good.
All right. He only takes a damage. They have 3 wounds, so he's not critically damaged yet. I'm a little skeptical to do the typhus one here, but I will. Here we go. He passes. Morale though. Never mind. He's 7. Cannot fail. That was an ambitious sniper. Now we have the Vindicator. He's got a 6-up save, if I recall. And we probably double pass. He actually double passes because he's got the blast shield, which you can 1 power increase the save to a 4-up. You do owe me a morale though.
I do.
And he's
Plus 2.
leadership 6. So don't roll a 5 or more. What'd you get?
4.
He's good. Demon Prince over here. 5 up save, if I recall. Oh, he's good. And morale just in case. Oh, geez, I gotta double check. He's probably 7. Yeah, he 8. So he's good. You know what? We'll just make all our saves across the board.
Why not?
You're done all your damage. All I was able to do was wound the intercessors, kill a scout unit, and damage him. Usually don't do a whole lot of damage, plus I'm Death Guard, I'm a little bit slower. I owe you a save on that blow drone. I pass, and morale is not going to be a factor here, I don't think. Nope. And then the Plague Marines, 2d6 and a d12. They have a 6 up save. So I make 1 on the d12, and I fail both of these. They have ignored damage 6. They take 2 damage. And a morale at +3. They're fine. They're crippled now. They only have 4 wounds. Going to scoring for objectives, I have 1 objective, 2 objectives. You have 1 and 1. Can they score in this? Probably. I got this one. This one you actually control if you're within 6. Not that that matters too much here. And then you have that one there, but aircrafts cannot carry objectives. So I actually get a victory point for most objectives in the first turn.
First lesson?
Yeah. So I win ties on this initiative roll off for battle round 2. I got a 9. 2. So I will have initiative this battle round. But all that does is make me activate first. I had the initiative, nothing was out of command, and then our reinforcements showed up. I start with this unit of Silent Bodyguards, my Death Shroud Terminator showing up right in the middle, more than 9 away from enemies. And this detachment's just regular Terminator showed up over here. A whole Vanguard force of Vanguard Vets, Chaplain, and 2 Reaver squads showing up behind my Poxwalkers. But yeah, I did mine first, I only had the 1, and then Nathan did both of his. Now we draw cards. You know what, I'm going to try this card out. This is in the setup reinforcement step, so it's technically before we draw cards. Because I couldn't do it last time because the setup reinforcements are before drawing cards, so I drew this card. I choose a character from my army, then I choose a Legion's Demonica, which is a demon unit, and then I want to add it to my army. I roll 3d6. If the result is greater than or equal to the power rating of that demon unit, the unit is added to your army instead of anywhere on the battlefield that is more than 9 away from enemy units. The unit is new, separate detachment on their own. Otherwise, place 1 blast marker next to that chaos character that summons them. I'm going to summon 3d6 power worth of... I really want to do Nurglings. They're some of my favorite demons. I'm going to do Plague Bearers, though. 8 power worth of Plague Bearers. Pretty sure I did that correctly. There they are. More than 9 inches away from enemies. And I chose to put the wound on this Demon Prince over here, who's summoning in Plague Bearers to the battlefield. It says you just pick a unit, you roll 3d6, and you get power equal to or less than what you rolled. So I got... what I roll, a 7, and it's 6 power. Whatever, I got 20 Plague Bearers. I remember getting 20 Plague Bearers. I didn't get 30, so they don't get any bonus rules. They have a 9 up save, so they're going to go down pretty easy. Then Nathan used Strategic Brilliance, using any phase. You look through your deck for a card, take that card. Now we've drawn our cards, and we put our orders down. Put all our orders down. This whole detachment here with the Terminators are going to advance. My Plague Marines are advancing. The Outrider is advancing. The Plague Bearers are assaulting. Mortarion and his Supreme Command are going to be assaulting from Typhus and the Poxwalkers, and lastly an advance from my Terminator squad with the Chaos Lord. Now for your end, this Vanguard squad of Reavers is assaulting, big surprise. We have Take Aim on your your Spearhead and your Battalion. I assume Take Aim on the guys in there. And what do you got there? Take Aim, wow. What about these guys?
Taking Aim.
Okay, so everyone's just staying still except for this and this back here.
Yep.
Now I get to activate first. I'm going to activate this unit.
Wait, there's more.
Do you have something?
I have 2 cards I would like to play.
All right, which one would you like to play first?
I would like to play...
And by this unit, I meant my Super Heavy.
Yes. I would like to play...
Or Supreme Command, my bad.
Orbital Barrage.
Ooh. So that's, yeah, before I pick. You pick a point within range of a character and you just start throwing down some dice.
Yeah, so it's any...
So we're going to pick this point right here. Everything in this area is being hit except for that blow drone. And then you roll a d12 for every unit. On a 6 or more, it's a blast marker. On an 11 more, it's 2 blast markers. So where would you like to start?
Let us start... We'll work left to right. So let's start with the White Plague Marines.
Plague Marines, rolling a d12, looking for 6 pluses. No. And then we have the Mythic Blight Haulers.
Are they one big...
That's one big squad of 3, yeah. They are taking a blast marker. We'll do the drone there.
Oh, 2.
Oh, 2. Excellent start. I forgot about my character, so I have my Chaos Lord in the middle, my Warlord. No, okay, good. Oh, thank goodness. And my Psyker is yes. Then we have my Putrefier. No. And then these Plague Marines are taking a blast, and then that Plague Marine squad. is
No.
so just them. Not too shabby. So those guys are gonna go there. What's the other card?
Orbital Strike.
Is it the exact same thing but the Space Marine version?
Yeah.
All right, that's what I figured. The only thing we have to correct is that it's actually -1 to hit light characters. So he is a light character. We roll a 6, that would have turned into a 5. He wouldn't have taken that hit. And then we have Orbital Strike, which is the exact same thing. Instead, it's on a 7 to 10 and 11 plus. So
right.
same spot, exact same things hit. So we're gonna start with the White Marines, I guess. Was the
White
same
Marines.
pattern. No, they take a large blast. Yeah, this poor area over here. The Mephitic Blight Haulers. They are taking a large blast. Wow, scary. Over there, and then we'll do the drone. Nope.
Nothing.
And we'll do the Chaos Lord. He's -1, so we're looking for an A+.
Nope.
And then the Caster, A+.
Nope.
No. And then the other character,
No.
no, because of the -1.
Yeah.
And then over there on them,
Yep.
they get a blast. And then lastly, Plague Marines
2.
take 2 blasts. So a large blast and a small blast. Go ahead and proceed with activating my Supreme Command detachment. They all have assault, so they get to move 24 inches and get into combat with something. And before I actually activate them, I'm going to throw out a Vortex Grenade. It's a light character that does this. He's going to throw a Vortex Grenade at this vehicle here. I roll 3d12 for every 6 up. We put a blast marker next to it. Vortex Grenade! Boom, boom, boom! Large blast. Kaboom. That is what they look like after they move. Mortarion goes 24 inches. He's Titanic super heavy, so he can leap, fall back from combat and still charge and fight something else. So he goes right into these 2 Redemptors. The Silent Bodyguard, the Death Shroud, they just move up there 8 just to get in Lookout Sir range. Both these Demon Princes, I guess what I should have done, actually, this Demon Prince, I want to pile up on them, but this Demon Prince could have landed over here. Nah, you know what, we're going to keep it like that. Those 2 land there, they're still within command. That one's not going to be in command, so he'll be out of command next turn. But he's also tying up the Vindicator. He's going to put all of his 4 attacks into this Redemptor over here.
Reading 1.
Hitting on 2s, rerollable, because he is the Primarch of the Death Guard. And 5s to wound, rerollable, because he is, we just got that rule. So you take a large blast and a small blast from Mortarion. I forgot Mortarion had an end to the action phase ability. I'll try and remember it this turn. Now this Demon Prince is going to go. He is within 7 of Mortarion, so he hits on 2s, rerolling 1s, and 6s to wound, rerolling the failed wound rolls. So we get a large blast on them, and this one's not within 7. So you'll be hitting on 2s and 6s. So 2 large blasts on the Hellblasters out front. That Demon Prince attacking the Vindicator on 2s. He is a Demon Prince in Urgle. He rerolls his own 1s. And 6s. Another large. Wow. They did really good this turn. So large blast on him as well. And that is it for my activation. Before Nathan has an activation, I'll use Nurgle's Rod. I choose a Death Guard unit from my army. I roll a d12 for each enemy unit within 6 inches of that unit. On a 7 or more, they get a blast marker. So I'm going to choose this Demon Prince. Everything within 6. So it's going to be them, the character, them, and everything in this building. So start with the Hellblaster squad out front. They don't take anything. The character, ooh, he's good. And now the Hellblaster's in the back. Take a blast. Now, was that the War Master?
That's my War Master.
Oh, he takes a blast, but he's in defensive terrain. He's probably fine. Scouts on the bottom. Nope. Scouts above them. Nope. And the scouts on the very top. Yes. And then that one character there. Nope. So just the scouts on the top. All right. So Nathan activated this detachment over here, which is a Vanguard. Obviously, everything disembarked first, and certain things disembarked within 6 inches. Or sorry, my Plague Marines were within 6 inches. That's why it landed there, which is kind of cool. So they automatically charge me. And this squad over here moved up 6. And then, lastly, the Flyer did not go into hover. It stayed supersonic and moved 20 inches this way, still within command range of that Chaplain. We're going to open up fire with these Terminators first. They have obviously Stormbolters and a Reaper autocannon. What are you thinking?
So let's see. Stormbolters, they'll have 2 shots. They're going to go into that.
Yep, they could rapid fire into the squad who's already pretty hurt with the large blast, small blast, and the Reaper autocannon.
Ooh, autocannon is a little bit better. So it is going to go into
The Mephitic Blight Haulers over there. Stormbolters first, hitting on 3s. Nice, they all hit, and these are 7s to wound personnel. We have 1 large. Stacking of damage on these guys. Reaper autocannons, the Mephitic Blight Haulers, 3 stick. Never mind.
Don't worry about it.
All right. Now the Storm Raven's going to fire Hurricane Bolters into the Green Boys, and the rest of the shots, las cannons and missile launchers into Mortarion, and then the Multi-Melta into the Mephitic Blight Hauler. Hurricane Bolters, 4 shots per gun into my Green Marines on 3s, 7s to wound. We've got 1 large blast. These poor guys are going to get annihilated. Las cannons into Mortarion on 3s.
2 hits.
Nice, they both hit 5s to hurt him. So he's taken a large Storm Strike missiles. Got one hit, and I believe it's a 6 if I recall.
Yep.
Boo! So he takes one large, one small blast from all that fire. 2 multi-meltas, 1 hit, and this is 4 against vehicles, I believe. Because it's real good.
Yes.
Roll that die. Boom!
Doesn't
Nope,
matter.
not a 1. 2 attacks with the Ironclad, hitting on 2s, rerolling everything because he's got the 1 upgrade, he hits on 2s. And wounding on 6s against my personnel. We have a large blast. That's pretty good. And then we have the Assault Terminators as well. They have 3 attacks with Lightning Claws on 3s. Rerollable, they don't need to. And what is this against personnel?
Personnel lightning claws are a 6-up.
Alright, so we have a small blast. But they already have small blast on them, so they have 2 large on them now. Go back and fix one correction. The Chaplain could have actually made it into combat, so we might as well put him into combat. So he's just going to attack with the Chaplain. Alright, Mr. Chaplain. 1 attack. He hits. I assume he wounds on a 7 or 8.
It's an 8.
Oh, okay, nothing.
That was worth it.
Activating this Vanguard. They've all moved forward, except for the Lord, who's going to stay over here. Staying outside of 4 inches, which was good for you. We're gonna try and annihilate some of these Intercessors because they're terrifying against my Terminators. Squad here is gonna fire its Blight Launcher into that pred. All the Storm Bolters rapid firing into that Captain right in front of me, the Primaris Captain, and Gravis Armor. Start with the rapid firing on 3s, wounding him on 7s. He's gonna take a large blast. And the Blight Launcher, ba-dunk. Oh, sucks. This squad here is going to... I wanted to take him out because I can take out a Warlord, and that denies you a card drawn every turn. And rerolling ones. Maybe I should take out those Intercessors. Ah, you know what? Okay, we're going to see if we can get dumb lucky here. He's got a 4-up save on a d6. They're going to fire into the Intercessors in front of me. Rapid firing, and then the Blight Launcher is going to go into the pred. So we'll do the Blight Launcher. Hits. It's 6 against vehicles. Hey, we got a blast. Stormbolters Unleash. No rerolling. We have 3 hits on 7s. We have a large blast on those Intercessors as well. I got one more squad here who is going to... Same target. Intercessors in front just to make sure I try and kill them, and then I'm going to put the Blight Launcher over into that pred. So maybe the Blight Launcher will put a large blast on the pred, it misses, and then we have 4 shots from the Storm Bolter, or Commie Bolters I should say. 2 hits, and another small blast. Make a large and a small from that. 1 attack from the Chaos Lord, he hits, and we fail. Redemptor Dreadnoughts are going to activate. They're standing still and taking aim. And is that a lieutenant beside them?
That is.
So they get to roll 1 wound. Do you want to just do the 2 attacking Mortarion?
Yeah, we'll do the 2 attacking Mortarion first.
Not because they took take aim and they're fighting with melee weapons. They're -1 to hit.
So they have 2 attacks each.
Hitting on 4s now, I think.
On 4s.
We got. It didn't matter anyways. You got 2 4s. And I think it's 5s against everything.
It's 5s against everything.
So Mortarion's going to take a large blast. Boom, large blast. And then we got this one who is free to shoot whomever he wants.
All right.
Does he want to light up these guys, the Terminators, Mortarion? What are you thinking? Mortarion's a super heavy, so you can't shoot him. The Death Shrouder getting lit up by the Redemptor. Hitting on 2s because of take aim. 1 miss. And these are 7s and not. So 7s against the Death Shroud.
7s.
We got 1 blast.
I got to re-roll these ones.
Oh, Lieutenant, that's right. Gives you 1 more. So we have 2 large blasts and 1 small. So it's got lit up. But that is that for that activation. All right, never mind. We're going to honor the Captain. Chapter 1 unit makes a free fight action. So these 2 just fight Mortarion again.
Yeah. Well, just the 1 guy, because they're individual. They're not a unit.
When selects 1. Oh, it's an unit. Sorry, that was a detachment. So yeah, 1 guy gets to fight.
He's just going to take...
I'm curious if he's -1 to hit. Just don't roll 3s. We don't have to figure it out. Don't roll 3s. Don't roll 3s. Okay, good. So we hit, and we wound him on a 5.
Re-rolling.
That's true, because honor the chapter. Yes.
Wound.
3 large blasts on Mortarion now. We're going to assault these Plague Bearers into that Redemptor. I didn't realize they move 5, so they actually assault 10. So I probably could have stopped a lot of that shooting, but it is what it is. And I'll be within 6 of that objective still. And Mortarion doesn't give them any rerolls because they're Legions Demonica, not Death Guard. 4s to hit. We got 3 hits, 9s to wound the Dread. Oh wow, got a blast. 1 little blast on him. Oh, it's melee power hour. This Assault Squad is gonna, I assume, just gonna bash into Poxwalkers. So the little guys on the side move 12, and the jump guys can go 24 if you want to. So we have 1 squad of Poxwalkers here and 1 squad of Poxwalkers there.
Oh, so that's 1 and that's 1?
Correct. 2 squads of 20.
2 squads of 20.
They all end there. All right, where do you want to start fighting? You immediately fight.
Let's do Reavers into them.
Reavers into Poxy Walkers. 3 attacks with they have Reaver Blades, so 3s to hit. So it's times 3 attacks.
Re-rolling all hits because the Chaplain.
Yield Chaplain helping out. Huzzah! Nice, 2 hits, and it's 7s to wound Poxwalkers. We have
2
a
wounds.
blast. Oh, is that 2 9s? Yeah.
Yep.
Boom, 1 large blast. Exact same thing over there. 3s to hit. Rerollable. We got 1 hit. Rerolling. Nice. Sevens. Nothing.
Nothing.
These Assault Marines are armed with Storm Shields, Thunder Hammers. Unfortunately, I don't think they can take that, so they have Vanguard Veteran Close Combat Weapons. Is that what it's called?
Vanguard weapons, yes.
Nice. So how many attacks do these bad boys have?
They have 2.
Nice.
Oh,
They
3.
sa-
3. My bad.
Ooh, and they're 6s and 9s.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Oop.
Rerollable. All 3 hit.
Oh, and 6s.
We got nice, a large blast and small one. Okay, we are running out of blast markers here, folks. This is brutal. And then the chaplain. 1 attack, he hits and wounds on an 8, if I recall. No, that's a 6. I'm just gonna do type this squad. So they're assaulting, so they double their move and then fight. I'm gonna start with this squad of Poxwalkers. They're not moving, they're just gonna fight. I'm thinking Poxwalkers might be pretty darn good in Apocalypse. They have 4 attacks space in a 20-man squad. And they are going to be doubling their attack characteristic as well, because that's just their improvised weapons rule. Now, they have +1 to hit. They normally hit on 5s. They get +1 because type is nearby. So they hit on 4s. I rolled nothing but 5s and 6s and this one. I didn't say who I was attacking, so I'll just say I was attacking the Reavers. You know what? Whatever, I'll 4 up it. I don't think it really matters. 4 up is the Reavers. It doesn't matter to me. Okay, it's the Vanguard Vets. I guess that's the better target, but the dice say the Vanguard Vets take the hit. 7s to wound because typhus. We got 1 large, 2 large, and a half. So 2 large and 1 small. I think Poxwalkers might be a little skewed in Apocalypse. That's kind of scary. This squad's gonna go. It's not gonna move. It's just gonna fight these Reavers. Yeah, Poxwalkers have an 11 plus save, everyone. that's where their downside is. They get shot off the board real easy. Maybe they're a target when they get close enough. I seen you put your guys down here. I'm like, I wonder. Let's see what Poxwalkers can do in combat. Here is them hitting on 4s, no re-rolling. This time we only got 3 hits, much more average than 7, and 7s to wound. Because we get +1, so a large blast on the Reavers. These Poxwalkers, because typhus is near the objective, they're actually going to move, they get to move 12 inches. So they're going to go up and around to there to pile in and attack, and then the rest are going to join them. They'll end there, and they're going to attack those poor Reavers with 8 attacks. They hit on 4s. 7 hits. This poor Vanguard unit. They take 1 large, 2 large, and a small. They're 2 Hurricane Bolters in close combat, with typhus nearby, of course. And we are officially out of small blast markers, so we're going to use D6s to compensate for small blast markers. 1s will be small blast markers, 2 will be large. I don't think we'll need the 2s, though, so it'll just be 1s. And then these 2 characters aren't going to bother moving. Sacrificial unit, woo!
Sacrificial detachment.
Slowing down the walking pox. Activating the spearhead of tanks. Boop.
Taking aim.
And where would you like to shoot?
Start with the Land Raider. We're going to put the 2 twin las cannons into Mortarion.
That's 4 last cannons into him.
And the twin heavy bolter into this middle Terminator squad.
Right, they're already wounded.
Yeah.
Mortarion on 2s with last cannons because of take aim. They all hit him. He's super heavy, so you can still shoot at him. And these are 5s to wound him, everyone. With a reroll, maybe? No reroll. So that was, there was a large
and a small.
Large and a small because I knocked the nade on the ground. 4 large on him now and 1 small. 2 heavy bolter shots on 2s. Pew, pew. Both hit, and these are 7s to wound. Pew. We got large blast on them. Jeez. Efficiency. Good job, Land Raider. Everything hit, everything wounded.
All right.
Now we got 2 Preds remaining.
So 2 autocannons into there. 4 las cannons, Mortarion.
All right. Well, let's do the 4 last cannons then. I know you're supposed to do 1 at a time, but
Same target.
it's the only real good target for them. Woo! We got 2 hits, wounding him on 5s. And we get nothing.
It equals 5. And
autocannons. 4 shots with the 2 autocannons on 2s. They all hit. And 7s to wound. We've got a blast. So the Land Raider did a little bit better, so that's a small blast for them. Now, granted, we have a lot more small blast markers downstairs hidden away, and I have no idea where they are. I just have these 2 activations to go. I pretty much have to activate this squad of all Plague Marines here if I want to do what I want to do, and they're advancing. So they move and then fire. So what I'm going to do is these Plague Marines here are going to fall back. But before I do anything else, and we're going to play Inexorable Advance. Essentially, I choose the Death Guard detachment with a commander from the Death Guard, and I swap before they take any actions, excluding free actions, I swap whatever order they have to advance, and until the end of that phase, double the attack characteristic of ranged weapons with the rapid fire ability. So they make a fallback more than an inch away, and then all the other Plague Marines moved in this direction as well. Now they'll have Blight Launchers, which I'll be firing as well. They actually all have 2 Blight Launchers, but those aren't rapid fire, those are heavy. Where do I start is the question. Where do I start? I think we're going to start with this squad of Marines who are super critically damaged. They're going to rapid fire into... I want to kill that commander off, but we'll figure it out later. We're going to fire into them, and we're going to put the 2 blight launchers up into... Do I do the vehicle? It's -1 to hit them. You know what? We'll do the dreadnought on the ground. Squad blight launchers hitting on... Sorry, 4s. 3s into that guy over there, as I said. And they wound vehicles on, I believe, 5s right now. Let me double check that, because he gets +1 to wound with ranged weapons. Yeah, blight racks increase the damage of ranged weapons by 1. So he'll take 1 blast marker.
I found one.
Nice! Because of inexorable advance, their attack characteristic with their bolt gun is 4. So you double that to 8, and then they're rapid firing into, did I say them?
Yeah.
So 16 shots into them. This is probably some of the most dice I've seen thrown in Apocalypse. 3s to hit. Reroll 1s for the captain nearby, or the Chaos Lord, sorry. Boop, boop. 14 hits into those Terminators. 7d12 here, I'll do it twice. So 6s to wound, because 7s go up to 6s. We got 1 big and 1 little so far. So we got 3 blast markers. 3, 4, 5, 6, just 6. So 3 large blasts on them. The squad's going to activate, they're going to fire their 2 blight launchers into him, and then they're going to rapid fire into them. Same thing, 16 shots with inexorable advance, and 2 blight launchers into him. 2 blight launchers, both hit, and I believe 5s. So that turns into a large blast. Now 3s to hit with their 16 bolt gun shots because of inexorable advance. Reroll these 1s. Again, 2 misses, so 14 hits. Rolling 7 twice with the +1 wound. We're looking for 6s. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 4 large blasts and 1 small blast on those Terminators. Wow! All right, everyone, we have every single blast marker that we brought from 1 set of Apocalypse on the table right now. So we're using D6s now for the large blasts.
So you have
the 6s are 2s, represent large blasts.
So 5 large blast tokens and 1 small.
All right, and then that is it for their activation because the rest are just close combat guys that don't have ranged attacks. I think collectively we're going to be annihilating each other over here because, like, sure, you have a bunch of blast markers on you, but I also have 4 on them. They have 2. These guys have 1 from the orbital barrages. Then, like, I got the double orbital barrage over here too, so this is just a dead zone.
Just don't go there.
The Tower of Power. They're too sweet to be sour. Where are they going?
All right, so we've got the 3 squads of snipers. All the sniper rifles are going to go into Typhus.
No, you leave. What? You don't like their bonus?
No.
This gives him +1 to wound.
Yeah.
But he's a War Master, or he's a Warlord too.
And then the 2 missile launchers are going to go into the blight haulers.
Gotcha, up front there.
Yeah.
We're doing it out of order, but this is quicker. 2 missiles first.
Rolling.
Roll the 1 because Captain says, okay, sure, still no. And then
Still suck.
And then there's, I think it's 1 shot per sniper rifle unit. So it's 3 sniper rifles into him. They hit on 3s.
+2 because he's a character.
Oh yeah, 2s to hit because he's a character. Pew pew pew. Rerolling 1s. Oh, plus they had take aim anyways.
Yeah.
Oh wait, they had take aim. They were hitting on 2s.
Oh, okay, perfect.
So we have 2 missile hits over here, and then we'll just resolve the snipers.
Yeah, so 3 snipers on him.
Which wound him on? Is it 7s?
I think 7s.
2 wounds on him. Lieutenant is within 6 of the building, rolling the 1.
Nope.
No. So still a large blast on Typhus. So that could be deadly for him. He might go down to the snipers. The 2 missiles that did wound, I think they're
6s?
I believe they're 6s. 7s to wound, which gives you. I'll reroll the 1 because the lieutenant. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, we've just liberated a small blast marker. That's another large blast on them. So they got 2 large blasts. We're gonna take a jump back to your spearhead. You forgot to attack in close combat with your tank. He's got 1 attack, and I think he hits on a 6 because you always hit on 6s. Not that I'm -1 to hit. Well, you are -1 to hit because take aim, but no matter what, 6s always hit, and then that's that. So it means this Outrider attachment that is advancing is gonna go ahead. So they all move and then do a shoot. The bloat drone flies over here to go flame them up because I don't want to rely on killing them with just 3 blast markers. I want a 4th one on them. Because averages, right? Because they have a 4-up save, so maybe you'll fail 2 of those 4-up saves if I put a 4th large blast on you. This one over here ended there. The only thing you shoot is the Ironclad, so I'm just going to shoot him at the Ironclad. He automatically hits with his Plague Spears. And it wounds on an 8. Nope. He's going to fire at them, wounds on a 5. Hey! We got a small blast on them. I don't know how I feel about bloat drones in this with that just 1 shot that can do 1 blast. Oh, right, that's a small blast, so he's up to a large. But that was already added, the 1 was already there, so let's put that there as a small blast. My bad. I'm going to shoot their Bile Spurts, which is a 12-inch range attack, into them. So that's 3 attacks with that. And we're going to put... I have to declare all their shots at first. This is the problem with one big unit of them. I want to kill him off, but the problem is I don't know if I can do that. We're gonna put all of the missile launchers into him, and all of the multi-meltas into the flyer. Multi-meltas normally hit on 3s. Now they hit on 4s because he's a flyer. They normally hit on 4s with their +1 hit because there's a squad of 3 of them. Pew pew pew. Reroll the 1s because I got a Chaos Lord nearby. Oh, does not help. And wounding on a 4 with the multi-melta. We have 1 blast on the flyer. 1 small blast. And then missiles. They all hit. Missiles are 7s, so we have 2 more blasts on him. So he'll take a second large blast, and I just took it from them. Hitting them on 3s, rerolling any 1s with their Bile Spurt. They all hit, and they wound on 7s. So you're gonna take, oh, nothing! Oh wait, I'm a Heretic Starty. God, I hope I haven't been missing that too much else. These Marines with take aim are going to activate.
Yep.
They're gonna take aim.
So these guys can't do anything.
Right.
So there's just going to be them rapid firing. And I'm going to dump them all into this squad of Terminators.
So it should be 4 shots. The crippled intercessors don't actually matter here. So 4s to 4 shots. Reroll. No, they hit.
They got take aim.
+1. So 5s to wound. You do 3 blasts. This is gonna be bad, guys. Like the amount of blast markers we have on everything is 6 and a 1. Large and small. This is to show you some perspective of what's dead for now, and then we have 1 more activation, and then I'll show you what it looks like. I'll show you what the dead pile looks like after. This detachment will activate now. So they're take aim, so all they can do is move and shoot, and they can still fight, but they're -1 to hit if they're in close combat.
So this back squad is free to shoot.
You can fire at Mortarion or the Death Shroud.
Ooh, Death Shroud have 2 large and a small.
These Hellblasters, you said you want to supercharge rapid fire into Mortarion?
Let's supercharge rapid fire into the Death Shroud instead.
Okay, we're going to be lighting up the Death Shroud with them. So they have 2 attacks base, rapid firing for 4 attacks, and supercharging. So every time you roll an unmodified 1, it's a blast marker on yourself.
Yeah.
But they reroll those ones.
Hitting on 2s because take aim.
And reroll the 1. Alright, they all hit.
4 hit.
4s to wound because of supercharge.
And there's a lieutenant nearby.
So we have 2 blasts. Alright, so they are just going to take another large. And then this squad has to melee. They have 2 attacks. They actually have close combat weapons.
So they're going to go 4 attacks into the Demon Prince that took the wound from summoning.
Okay, fair. So they hit on 4s, but you have 3 hits there. 9s to wound, rerolling 1s. We reroll, nothing so far.
Nothing.
Then the Vindicator will retaliate against this one Demon Prince. Haha! Alright.
No.
No, he's too far away to reroll 1s.
Nothing. Never mind. Don't worry about it.
That brings us to the end of the action phase. Now I'm going to remember my Nurgle's Gift abilities. Mortarion has one, and so does Typhus. I think Typhus is out of range, though. Nurgle's Gift from Typhus onto them. I roll a d12 on a 12. They take a blast marker. Watch. Nope. And then no one else was in 7. Host of Plagues. Everything within 7 takes a blast marker on a 10+ on a d12, which is this whole detachment. And both those squads.
Just this back one. Just this last
Oh, because they are a little bit further. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So we'll do the black back one on a 10. No. What is this from?
We have a spare.
A spare. That one there. Nope. And then him. Nope. And then the last guy over there. Oh, he already has one. He's moving up to a large.
Oh boy.
And then him. No. Now is the damage phase. I predict a lot of casualties here, my dude.
It's going to get wild.
This is going to be bad. Again, perspective of current dead zone. We have 5 scouts that didn't survive turn 1. All right, maximum risk time, everyone. The Death Shroud Terminators are going to be silent bodyguards for Mortarion. They're going to take D3 of his blast markers. 2. So they're going to take 2 of his large blast markers. Because they have a better save. Now, I know it's going to really hinder their morale. But hey, it is what it is. I got the cards. I think I pulled some really powerful cards. I'm going to use Miraculous Escape on Mortarion and remove one of those large blast markers off of him. It's just only 1 blast marker of any size. Because he's a super heavy, you have to do him first. He's got 1 large and 1 small on him now. He's got a 5-up save. Oh no, he fails both! How many wounds? He's taken a wound?
Yeah.
So he's probably not going to die to that, but I don't want to risk it. He's got ignore damage 6+. Those are on D6s. Do I make any? Oh, I don't. Dang it. So I have a card called Divine Intervention. I can after rolling a die, make it face any side I want. So I'm going to make one of those ignore the damage. So he'll be taking 1 damage. But he still has to take a morale check at -2. +2, because he had 2 blast markers, so he's fine. Divine Intervention can be used after rolling any dice in the order's action or damage phase. When used, change the result of that dice to the result of your choosing. The Chaos Gods step in, Nurgle specifically, and keep Mortarion alive. Well, he still takes the damage. Now, he would be crippled at this point. He takes 2 wounds, but he's got the Barbaran Plate, which is his relic armor from back in the Heresy. It was gifted to him by, I cannot remember. I don't know who crafted it for him, but he ignores the crippled result. So he is not actually crippled while being crippled. I'm going to choose now because I have initiative to do these Poxwalkers who have 2 large and 1 small. Now they can't save against the large because they have 11 up armor save, but I could save the small, and I do not. So they're going to take 3 damage, but they have the ignore damage 6+ rule. And one more, they take 3. All right, so they take 3 damage and they're crippled now. But they don't take morale because they're mindless. Wounded Dreadnought.
Yeah.
He's got what, a 5 up?
5 up.
So he takes the damage, and you owe me a morale on 2 dice.
I do.
He's crippled now too.
All right.
So +2 to this roll. He's fine. So he just got 2 damage on him.
Crippled.
Here we go. I'm gonna do Typhus. A little nervous. He's got a 4-up save on a d6. Oh, he lives! He can't fail morale. Little snipers, they try. He must live. Intercessors out front taking save. They have a 6-up. They are gonna fail the d6, and they do go down because they only have 1 wound left.
They die. They're dead.
I've killed a unit! Oh, another unit.
Wow.
I guess I'll do a save on the Squad of Blight Lords. They have a 4-up save on a d6 and a d12. They make both.
Mother trucker.
They must take a morale check, and they pass. Gravis Captain has a 4-up save on a d6 like a Terminator in Gravis armor. Oh, he's good, and he can't fail a morale. Much like Typhus, he perseveres. This Blight Lord squad could die here. They have a 4-up save. Oh, they pass, and they can't fail a morale on 1. Maybe I'll roll just in case. Nope, they're good. This Predator who got Vortex grenaded, he fails.
Takes a wound.
I don't know if he can fail a morale either.
Nope.
He's only leadership 6. They shall know no fear. You get to re-roll that. He could die. Don't roll 6. He was dead. Okay. He's crippled. -1 to hit with heavy weapons. 4-up saves on those Blight Lords because they have a small blast, and they cannot fail a morale, so they're good. 1 6-up save on that Pred. Oh no! He takes the damage. Morale on a 6 he could fail. He could die too. I don't even remember what he took damage from. Oh, Blight Launcher. So
Yeah.
he's also crippled. Okay, so we're taking our time to work on this over here. I don't think I have any more damage things over here. Okay, it's time for me to move over here, unfortunately. So this is pretty bad. I got no shenanigans for this. They are going to be rolling this 1d12 for the small blast. They have a 6-up save. Oh, jeez, they take 4 damage, but they have the ignore damage 6 rule. Come on, give me 1. Oh, you killed them outright. Okay, so you just killed 20 Plague Marines from overwhelming firepower. There you go. First blood for Nathan. Poof, just like that, they're gone. Big Bird's got a save. He's got a small blast on him, so a d12 save.
6 up.
Don't roll a poo save. Hey, he's good. And does he have leadership 6?
He has leadership 7.
Okay, so he's good. These Plague Marines might also die off. It's, you showed up, you did some critical damage to me, but hopefully I did enough damage to you as well to cripple you on this flank. Like, the double orbital barrage was so brutal. 6s! Oh, we make 1. Ignore damage on a 6. Oh! you killed the 1 squad of Plague Marines.
I killed the full
Morale.
health squad.
Okay, they're good on the morale. They rolled a 6. Now it's time to do these poor Assault Terminators. They have 5d6 saves on a 4-up and 1d12 on a 4-up to make. They only have 2 wounds. They are dead. Actually, not that bad, though. Well,
Mostly dead.
in the end, they're dead. Poof. All right. Now, I owe you 2 large blast saves on my Mephitic Blight Haulers. They have a 5-up save on 2d6, and they have the ignore damage 6-up rule. They take 2 damage, and the morale they're going to roll is a 5. They're good. But they still take their 2. Remove those wound markers, and they take 2 damage. They have 6 wounds, though. They're 2 per base. So they're not crippled yet. But now it's got a 5-up save. He just takes the damage, but morale could take him out. He's in leadership, whatever the chaplain is.
Yeah, leadership 9.
Oh, so he can't fail then. He'll be crippled then. Well, you went on the bloat drone. 1d6 save. Ignore damage 6 up. He takes it, and he passes morale. He's got 1 wound left, and he's crippled. These Terminators, 3d6 4-ups and 1d12.
No, they're dead.
Oh, they really die. Alright, so they're out of here as well. Poor Termies. I said Termies are really good, but these ones aren't making their save.
Yeah. Only Death Guard Terminators are really good.
So, well, we have the same save, but I have an ignore damage 6-up, which hasn't worked yet, I don't think. These Plague Marines owe you a save. They fail. 6-up to ignore damage. And I don't think they can fail morale. They don't, but they take a damage. Not crippled yet. Boop. And now we have to resolve some damage on these poor vets. The Reavers over here, they 3d6 and 1d12. I'm going to assume they have a 6-up save just like their Intercessor brethren.
Yep.
Oh! They actually only take a damage, but they do owe a morale.
They do all morale.
So +4 to this roll.
But they have the chaplain.
So don't roll 6, because that's a 9.
4.
That would be a fail.
No fear.
No fear. It's actually leadership 7. They're fine.
They're fine.
There you go. So he's +1 leadership over them. But I guess that can make a big difference. And that one Demon Prince that owes you a save, he is good. Can't fail the morale. These Vanguard vets, I'm pretty sure they only have 1 wound. At least I'm assuming they do. What kind of save do they have?
Not that.
Yeah, the Vanguard vets are probably dead. They have 2d6 and 1d12 save. They are, yeah, they're dead. They take 2
they're
damage.
super dead.
Bye-bye vets. We moved on to my Death Shroud Terminus for their saves, but I got that famous Armor of Contempt card. They always roll d12s when they make their saving throw, no matter what the blast marker is. I drew a lot of good cards in the first couple of turns, I must say. Okay, they have 6 blast markers on them, so the morale's going to be bad, first of all. They have a 4-up save. Oh! Oh, no, I do take 2 damage. Okay. Ignore damage, 6 up. Oh, I take a damage. Now morale plus 6. Yeah, they fail. So I fail morale, and then that means some of them run away, but they're crippled now. But for 6 blast markers still sticking around, not too shabby. Run Hell Blaster squads, 2d6 on 6s. Oops. Maybe they die, maybe they don't. And they... Oh, dang it, the 6 is okay. Not as much as going to die this turn as I thought. They do owe me a morale check, though.
5 plus 2 is 7.
Reroll for no fear. We still fail.
Okay,
so that's 2 damage.
2 damage, so they're half health.
They're crippled. They take their damage. Now they have a save of a fail.
Yeah.
And they cannot fail morale. They could if you roll a 6 into a 6.
Yes.
But they shall know no fear. They're good.
They're good.
They take a damage, and then I'm not rolling anymore because I don't have anything that's saved. So we got a captain in there. He's got a d12 save. Don't roll a... Okay, he's good. He can't fail morale. And then we have your War Master. Oh!
He's good.
Oh, 5 up? He probably has a 5 up in cover. Yeah, because he had the Infiltrator rule. So normally 6 would have passed there, but he's in defensive terrain, so 5 up always, which is nice. Obviously not failing morale. And then lastly, we have a Vindicator. You have a d6 save on a Vindicator. I think he's got a 4 up though with that.
Yep.
The
4 up.
He takes the damage. Can he fail morale? Maybe?
Maybe.
Let's see what he rolls. No, not with a 6. He's probably definitely 7, or 6 or 7. That's the Vindicator tied up there. I think that's all she wrote for damage.
Yeah.
Now for scoring objectives, I currently control 1, 2, 3 objectives because the Poxwalkers are still in range of it. And I think you have
1.
The 1. So that's still another point for Death Guard as they take the field. I got a card to play. It's Capture and Control. I choose an objective marker, and if I control it now, I always control it until you take it away from me, even if I leave it. I'm going to say that I want to capture and control this objective. I'll say this objective. This one's going to be mine, even if I leave it. After the 3rd battle round, checking things that are out of command, that one Demon Prince is too far away from Mortarion, so he's going to have to do something about that. He gets an out of command marker. And now for reinforcements, I don't think any of us have any, and we draw new cards. All right, so we've actually placed our orders face down. We forgot to do a 6-up save on him though, because we've got a d6 beside him. He takes the damage.
Yep.
Can't fail. Well, maybe he can fail morale. We'll double check if we roll high enough. Nope, you're good.
Right.
And he takes damage, but not crippled.
Correct.
Scryer's Gaze. Before we reveal our assets, I'm going to look at 3 of your detachments. You have to reveal those to me, and then I can replace orders in my detachments according to those.
You have to select.
Select a Psyker. I'll just say my Malignant Plaguecaster over there in case you have Perils of the Warp. Or something like that.
How far away is he?
Perils of the Warp. How does this work?
I roll a d12. On a 3-up, you don't get to do the thing you just wanted to do.
Ooh, do I take damage as well? I should get a blast marker. Or maybe I just get a blast marker with that one. Or is it both?
If
The roll higher than leadership 6 then on a d12.
Yeah. All right.
And we got
4.
all right, so no blast marker for him. He survives the peril.
I suck.
He's got a rule called Pestilential Fallout when he manifests a psychic power. Roll a d12, and the nearest enemy unit, which is that Dreadnought, takes a blast marker on a 7-up. As nasty stuff comes out of me. No, never mind. I want to look at this one.
Okay. Do it.
It's going to be... Okay, so they're not taking aim. They're going to be moving. I'll flip it over just so I remember.
Yep.
Instead of writing it down. This one here is probably going to be advancing. Okay, I'm not surprised. And this one is also probably advancing. Ooh, they're assaulting. Interesting. Very interesting. We forgot to roll for initiative. Not that it hasn't mattered that much. You win ties. I got a 9, 4. So I will have initiative. To show them all off before we start the action phase, we have assault on your Vanguard force here. That is just the plane and the character in the Dreadnought. We have assault on my Marines again, assault on my Outrider. So I meant that was all advanced. We have assault over on my Plague Bearers. We have assault on my Mortarion Supreme Command Detachment. Assault on Typhus, assault on your Vanguard detachment over here. The only thing I changed with the Scryer's Gaze was the assault on these guys. They were advanced. I want to try and maybe go first here and get them stuck into combat. obviously take aim on your spearhead detachment here. Advance on, so it's advance on your Primaris battle line or battalion, and then advance on your Hellblasters, which I'm not surprised about. And then we have assaults. This one actually surprised me on them, which makes sense because they're already in combat, so they might as well just keep fighting. I got a card. I use this at the start of the action phase. When used, I select one enemy detachment and I change their order. So they're gonna be assaulting. So they're gonna have to go fight.
You can just change it?
Your opponent must replace the order that is currently issued to that. Oh, it's a different order, my bad. So it's a different order. They don't get take aim. I almost cheated. But they can at least assault. I'm just taking away their +1 to hit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, that's so strong, why wouldn't anyone always bring that? So it's a little more balanced, they just don't get the +1 to hit. Seize the initiative. I was gonna pick them to go first, so you're gonna seize and go first with someone else instead. Who's it gonna be? This whole thing over here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tank party.
So they don't get caught up in combat?
Yeah.
They're gonna end up way over there. And then, yeah, I won't be able to assault you over there. So they're nice and safe. Well, he'll be able to assault still, but... One more card.
Laser burn.
Oh, laser burn is much like orbital bombardment. You pick a spot or two spots that are within 12 inches of each other. You draw a line. You roll a d12 for each one. On a 7-up, place a blast marker. You want to go through? You're pretty much trying to hit all my characters.
So I hit
them, those two characters,
boom, them, and the haulers.
So it's gonna be -1 on the characters to hurt them. But so 8 ups on the characters. Let's do the characters first.
Right.
Biologist, Putrefier, 8 up. No.
Nope.
The Chaos Lord. No. And then Plague Marines on a 7. No. Plague Marines on a 7.
Yes.
Yes, they get a blast marker, and then them. Mephitic Blight Haulers. No. Plague Marines take a blast.
Didn't cost me anything.
Yeah, we probably should have shot with these guys first before doing that, but that is fine. Now, this is the only one that can't fire because it fell back. Now, this one's wounded. Who would they like to shoot at? Or would you like to start, I should say?
We'll start with the Land Raider.
Okay.
He's going to put his last cannons into Mortarion.
Fair.
And the Heavy Bolter is going to go into that middle group of...
Understood. We doing heavy last cannons first?
Last cannons first.
Threes!
Rerolling ones because he's within...
Yep, near
range
the
of
terrain
building.
feature, that's right. Oh, the 2.
Oh.
And then these wound Mortarion on 5s with the big old dice. The d12s. He's going to take 2 blast markers. 2 heavy bolter shots on 3s. Yeah, reroll that one. 2 hits. Oh man, I was hoping there'd be a lot more 2s here. Wounding on 7s. 1 blast on them. Next spread, last cannons Mortarion, Predator autocannon into the Terminators. Oh, double 2! The card helped.
All right, so then autocannon.
2 hits, wounding on 7s against my Terminators. There's 7s against everything. We have a blast marker. Same targets?
Yep.
Second pred, or
Yep.
the last pred, I guess. Now this one's hitting on 4s because he's crippled.
Yep.
Mortarion. Oh no, the crippled.
Crippling.
The crippling.
And
then the pred, autocannon. 1 hit, wounding on a 7.
Am I within 6 to
Oh yeah,
reroll?
yeah, you're good. You're definitely within 6. So it hits. So wounding on 7.
I'm on money.
A blast.
1.
So it makes this a large. Large blast. Boom. So that detachment is finished. So I did a big cheat with Mortarion over here. I wouldn't have been able to attack this guy. I would have only been able to shoot him. I don't know. It may have had a pretty big impact because they did clobber him to death with their claws a lot. They could have shot instead though, which would have been better at the Blightlord Terminators or maybe any other infantry. You're not allowed to end within 1 inch of any enemy models when you fall back, but Titanic models can still shoot or fight if they fall back. Titanic or fly. So technically they can fall back and still fight, but they're not allowed to end within 1 inch of an enemy unit when they fall back. So they can only really technically shoot. We'll just do these this Blightlord Terminator detachment. They are assaulting, so they're going to do a big jump. Heal in there, and then the rest will stay within 12 inches and charge in. We went after the captain, and we went after the intercessors. And then they, unfortunately, can only go to here. Capitan will go first. He hits, and he actually puts a blast marker on that tank.
Damn.
Sorry, Chaos Lord. And then they cannot shoot because they assaulted. This squad here is going to attack the intercessors. Oh man, Terminators are bad in combat. I should just keep shooting every turn. I lose way too much not shooting. 2 attacks, 1 hit, and a 5. We do a blast. That squad of Raven Guard there. And then this squad here is attacking the Gravis Captain. They're crippled, but they only have 1 attack anyway, so ×2 with their weapons. 1 hit, and a blast. Womp womp. That is it for there. The whole Vanguard detachment over here is going to activate. So the bird is just going to fly back and forth. So he's going to go 20 inches over this way towards objective 2. Just to stay within command of this guy. So the chaplain's going to go over that way. And then, do you want to fight first with the Dreadnought, or do you want to fire the bird?
Shoot the bird.
Everything from the Storm Reaper is going to fire into Mortarion except the Hurricane Bolters, which are into these Plague Marines who are not obscured because they're not fully within 7. So we'll do the Hurricane Bolters first on 3s and 7s. Oh wow, that's too large. Too large on them. 2 Storm Strikes.
2 miss.
Both miss. And then 2 Las.
1 hit.
And that's a 5, which is a wound.
And then the multi-meltas.
Hitting on 3s, both hit, and 4s. 2 takes, 3. I just put the large and the small on him. Then the Dreadnought fights. Now it's crippled, so his attack characteristic is halved. I assume he's got only 2 though.
Yeah. So he's gonna swing once.
1 attack hitting on a 2, and wounds on a 5 if I recall.
6.
6, alright. And no. Bear's gonna go ahead and attack. It's gonna stay where they are as they attack the Redemptor. They hit on 4s, and a 9 to wound. We fail. The Tower of Power is activating. And they're taking aim, so where do they want to shoot?
3 sniper rounds into Typhus.
Right.
Why break the tradition?
Yep, keep it going.
And then we're gonna throw 2 missiles into Morty.
Okay, so what do you want to do first?
Let's do snipers.
Alright, 3 sniper shots, hitting on 2s. Alright, they all hit.
Alright.
7s to wound him. So he's going to take a blast. So blast on Typhus. 2 missiles into Morty. 1 hit.
Reroll.
Reroll. 2 hits. And these are wounding on 6s or 7s? We got, a large blast on Morty. That is it for them. Morty's at 3 large, 1 small again. I guess we'll go with the Poxwalkers over here. They are... I would love to kill that Chaplain off. Not that it matters too much. I'm going to go... they can't really make any combat and they're happy where they are. So we're going to put this squad of Poxwalkers attacking this squad of Reavers. And then... yeah, we'll do them first. They're crippled. They only have 2 attacks now. And they double that to 4. They hit on 4s. Whew! Wounding on 7s because of Typhus. So it's going to be 1 blast on them. 1 blast on them. And then this squad's going to do 8 attacks into them. Hitting on 4s. Only 3 hits. 7s to wound. Getting 1 blast. From this squad over here. 8 attacks on 4s. Getting 5 hits. 7s to wound because of Typhus. So we have 1 small. So 1, 2, 4 in total. So 2 large on them now. This Hellblaster squad is going to activate. So we've moved them. They're going to stay in combat. Smart, by the way. Because I could have just, they could have charged anywhere else I wanted to.
Yeah.
So these guys here are going to rapid fire into the Death Shroud. Are they going to supercharge?
Always.
Always. Yeah, they roll 1s anyways. So they're hitting on 3s. Rolling any 1s. They don't need to. 4 hits. And I think they wound on 5s or 4s.
4s with the supercharge.
Oh! That's
large.
too large. Pride's going to slap the Demon Prince.
Nope.
I'm going to activate my Supreme Command. We're going to move. The only thing I'm going to move are the Death Shroud and the Demon Prince to get him back into command. Because I do not need him dying to some... I just wanted him to tie up the Vindicator for a turn so I can leave. But at the same time, I was hoping he'd run away with the Vindicator so I could go maybe charge something, fight something else. Mortarion's going to stay where he is and fight. Had to take the Death Shroud off their bases to get in there, but it's a tight fit. They're going to make it into there. They're going to be attacking that one. And then this Demon Prince is just going to fly to here. And he is going to lose his out of command marker. Essentially after he finishes his move, I believe. If I attack with anything, we should probably attack with those Hellblasters. Who do they want to attack? Which Demon Prince?
They're both unwounded.
They're both fine.
They're both perfectly fine. Let's attack Big Wing Boy because he's obnoxious.
Big Wing Boy is obnoxious, always. Hitting them. Reroll the 1. We have 1 hit.
Okay.
And we wound. They're crippled, that's why they only have 2 attacks. And a wound. Yeah.
Wound.
He'll take that small blast. And now the Death Shroud will attack the 1 Redemptor Dread. They have 1 attack base because they're crippled, so they go up to 2 because of their weapon. I think we hit on 3s, but I get to reroll for Mortarion if I miss. So Mortarion forces the reroll. Oh dang! Wow. They were really good in close combat too. Mortarion is going to attack the 1 Dread to his right, the one in the middle. Yeah. We get cheeky and try and take him out. We hit on 2s, and we wound on 5s. Rerollable. With 2 blasts on him. 2 large. So that is it. 2 large over there, and then the Demon Princes will attack. The one that fell back is an attack in Jack, and then these 2 Demon Princes are going to pile both their attacks into the Hellblasters in front of them. The one close to Mortarion had to do separate. Reroll the 1 for himself or Mortarion, and 6s to wound. We got a large blast from them, and then the other one, so I didn't have to do it, rerolling his own 1, and then 6s. So 1 blast and 1 small, those Hellblasters. And that is pretty much it for that detachment. Doing the dreads.
Salting.
Boop, boop, boop. He's gonna go fight Mortarion.
Yep.
Gonna get in there. Boop, boop, boop. We want to do him first. One attack hitting on a 2, wounding Mortarion on an 8. Oh, hits, wounds on an 8. No,
Nope, never mind.
crippled Dread. He
Hits?
hits, yeah, that's right. And wounds on a 5, I believe.
Yep.
That's a wound. That upgrades to a large. 4 large blasts on him again. And then this Dread I assume wants to attack as well. He's not crippled, so he's got 2 attacks on 3s. He hits both times, wounding on 5s, rerolling 1s. A 1 more large blast. This is where he goes down, I believe. Now this one's going to attack the Plague Bearers. Hitting on 3s. 1 hit, no rerolling. And a 5. Oh, geez, there you go. Small blast on then. Going to activate this detachment. They are assaulting or advancing, so this guy's going to move up. He's just going to shoot flames at that guy. He's going to move up, shoot flames at the flyer because they automatically hit. And then I think they're going to stay in combat, and everything else is just going to shoot at the character. Or maybe they'll shoot the flyer. They wound him on 9s and hit him on 4s. We'll move a bit just to get them, get the 2 Plague Marine squads obscured now. We'll start with them fighting the Dreadnought. Yeah, they're going to beat him up in close combat, or try to. 3 attacks on 3s, reroll the 1. Wounded the Dread on 9s, reroll the 1 for Heretic Astartes. We got a blast. Ooh. And then 2 of these automatically. You know what? We're going to do these guys first. This squad here is going to rapid fire into the character just to kill him off. I guess I should do the flyer. Yeah, we'll do the flyer. Rapid fire into the flyer. They're crippled, so then they have 4 shots on 3s. We roll the 1. 8's doing the flyer because of the putrefier. We have a blast. Squad rapid fire into the flyer as well. Hitting on 4s because he's supersonic. Reroll these 1s. That's a lot of 2s. Yuck. Okay, well, we got 3 hits. We get it on 8s. Nothing. And he's going to automatically hit it. And I think he's wounding on that, so we get a blast. And the other one, I don't know if 7 works. Just 1 large blast. We got these guys over here. They can fight, or they can fall back. I assume they want to fight.
You want to fight. You want to fight.
All right, so they're already fighting over there. Let the fights begin. The Librarian's going to go with his 1 attack.
Into the
Blight Lords.
Yep.
Huzzah! He
Misses.
misses. All right, now we got the Captain into the other Blight Lords.
Nah, he's attacking these ones.
Oh, he's going. Okay, he's going to them.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And hits, and I believe he wounds on an 8.
7.
Ooh.
It's master crafted.
Oh. Yeah, that's a blast. Large on them, and then the Intercessors who are not crippled. 4 attacks with Intercessors.
I read it wrong.
Oh.
2 attacks.
Only 2 attacks?
It's only a 5-man squad.
Oh, right.
All right. Up. Reroll.
Both hit, and probably
A 9.
a 9 will do her.
Yep.
I take a large there, or a small there, and that is it for this fighting over here. Actually, I kind of cheated over here. I double activated these 2 detachments. They're both advancing. It doesn't really matter because all this stuff already activated, so collectively they didn't do much. Now we got these folks going. Now this squad of Reavers over here.
Going into them.
Pox of Walkers, 1 reroll, and they're wounding on 7s?
Well, neither of those.
Not those. Then we have the Chaplain who can attack them as well.
Oh, yeah.
1 singular attack. He hits. I think he wounds on an 8. He does. I put low damage this turn. Now, these Reavers attacking which squad of Poxwalkers? They're both fresh.
We're going to do outside arc.
The outside arc, okay. 3s, re-rolling, not needing it, and then it was 7s?
7s.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Reaver leads.
Uh,
Whoa! Large blast. That is for them. And then that is it for that. And honestly, I think I'm done because I double activated over there. I've done them. I made the silly mistake of charging them into combat again.
yeah, I think I'm done as well.
Okay. The action phase Typhus is gonna hit them on a 12. Nope. Mortarion hits everything within 7, which is all 4 of these, and that is it. So we'll start with this Dread here. He takes a blast. The character does not take a blast. This Dreadnought takes not a blast, and then that one does not take a blast. So just this one taking a small blast. Which brings us to the damage phase. I don't have anything to play at the start of the damage phase.
Gonna take wounds.
Yeah, actually that is technically at the start of the damage phase, you're right. So I'm gonna take D3 wounds off of Mortarion. 1! Oh, that was worst case scenario. Mortarion's probably dead. Oh, he is so dead. Mortarion has to go first. 4 large blasts. He's got a 5-up save. I have no more shenanigans. He passes 2, 6 is to ignore damage. Oh!
Come on!
He's got 1 wound left. No! He is not going anywhere. There's still morale though. We could die to this morale check.
No.
He's good. And then it's still, I have initiative, so I have to do mine first, that are not super heavies, because Nathan has none. The Death Shroud have 3 large blasts on them. They have 4 ups. They take maybe 1 damage. They take 1 damage. They're still kicking. But I owe your morale. And they pass. Whoo, nothing wants to die. The small blast on that Redemptor, he's good.
Alright.
I don't know if he can fail morale. Why don't you roll a d6 and we'll check.
Nope.
He's good.
Then do him.
Yeah, technically I have to do mine, but we'll just power through these. I don't think they matter that much anymore.
Oh,
He double fails.
Yeah, okay.
And then he could fail a morale check as well, adding +2 to this roll. He's fine. So he is going to be crippled as well now, with 1 wound remaining. But I can't. They're so hard. This Primaris stuff's got too many wounds. And then I owe you a save on these guys here, which is a d12. And they are going to fail. And morale, I'll double check, see what I roll. No, they're not failing. Hellblasters, they have a 6-up save. They pass and fail. That is enough to. Oh, they're not dead yet.
They have 1 wound left.
A morale check. We're trying to get some wound markers back.
4 + 2 is 6. They're fine.
They're fine. So we're out of wound markers. So that one, we're gonna leave 1 on there, and with the d6 facing 3, saying that they have 3 wound markers currently. The Demon Prince in the back has a little blast on him on a 5. He's okay. Oh man, 6 to ignore damage. Yep, he takes the damage. He's actually crippled, so flip that over. There has a small blast. He is fine. And then he could fail a morale. He rolls a 6 into a 6. Nope. Terminators here could die. They have a 4-up. Ooh, 6-up to ignore damage. Ah, they die. Kill some Terminators, finally. And we get a blast marker back, too. And then they have a 6-up save, which they fail. And they could fail morale as well. 6 into a 6, I believe. Oh, rerollable, because they show no fear. They're fine. They don't die to morale. Terminators here have a 4-up save on a d12 and a d6. They ignore damage on a 6. They take a damage.
I don't have any more damage marker.
And morale. They're good. They're crippled now. Let's see the captain dies. He's got a 4-up, I think. Oh! He dies. I think he's just got 1 wound. He's just a little teeny blast did it to him. Unless he's got 2, but I doubt it.
Hold on.
Wounds 1.
I have something for this.
Ooh, okay. What do you got?
Only in death does duty end.
Oh, what does that do?
He gets to fight twice.
Oh, nice. Only in death does duty end. He attacks the Terminators, which means they'll have to do more saves. So 2 attacks, he hits on those, and he gets +1 to wound on these. I think he wounds on 6s now.
6s.
No! Alright, he goes down.
His death duty fails.
Ooh. And then you have to nominate a new commander as him, but he will not be a warlord. They automatically take a damage marker, so they got an 11-up save. So you owe me 6-up saves on them. Die. Oh, I just got them, so they go home. I owe you a save on those Poxwalkers, 11+. They take, are they dead? I think they're dead.
They're dead.
Actually, yeah, there you go. Finally, Poxwalkers out of here. Big old footprint freed up. Big old footprint there. And then you owe me a 6-up save on a d12 on the Reavers. They're going to naturally fail. They cannot fail morale because he's leadership 7. He gives it to them. Let's see if Typhus finally goes down. 4-up save on a d12. Oh! Yes! Not yet. Ignore damage. Oh! Okay, Typhus finally... Oh! Down he goes.
The snipers.
Red Knot has a 5-up save on a d12, I think. Yeah, because he failed that one. Oh, he failed that one too. He actually just dies.
He just dies. He's dead.
Died to close combat, gnashing maws.
Well done, Ironclad Red Knot.
These Plague Marines are near death. 6-up saves. They fail 2. I need to make double ignore damage. They take... Oh, they're actually alive. They have 4 wounds.
I hate you, morale.
Woo! That's right, 3. Oh! Ooh! 1 wound left. Insane bravery. After rolling a morale check, if you fail, they automatically pass instead. Ooh. The Death Guard be persistent. Alright, Mr. Storm Raven, I assume 3 wounds on him.
Yep.
1 6-up save, maybe 5-up. Takes damage, but not crippled. And that is it for the damage phase. Now for scoring, I still control the majority of objectives. I don't think you moved on any of them.
I didn't move, no.
So I got 1. Actually, I got that one now too. So I got 3, 4.
No, you lost that one.
Well, I did. I moved. Yeah, Typhus died. I lost that one. So I actually only have 3, but tier 1. So that's another point. So the score is 3-0 from the Death Guard. Now, for you to win, you would have to... Actually, I think all you can do here is... No, that's not true. If you kill Mortarion, and you score more objectives in the next 2 turns, you win by 1 point. You have to score more objectives than I do.
Yes.
Okay, so what we're going to do, since it is a stretch, and unfortunately both Nathan and myself have run out of time, this game has gone a little bit longer than we anticipated. The setup took a while. We had a lot of things to hunt down. So be it that the Raven Guard, and I know that the Raven Guard need to control more objectives. I'm pretty sure at this point, after 4 turns of everything targeting Mortarion that can, he's probably going to die. It's nice that the Death Shroud still survived. To maybe, like, say you only do 3 markers to him, and then the Death Shroud take all 3 of them, then Mortarion will survive. He could deny you the 2 points for killing a Super Heavy and killing my War Master. It's kind of hard to get to your War Master currently.
Yeah.
But on the same note, all I have to do is make sure I control all the objectives. Yeah. So on my next turn, I think I would just tell everything to assault and to cover all the objectives humanly possible, because we have nothing over here that can score both of these. So those 2 are mine. That one would be mine. So those 3 over there, and then over here I'd assault away from combat and control both of these objectives as well. With my Poxwalkers, I probably wouldn't die.
No, there's too many wounds. Like with Mortarion and the Death Shroud just never dying.
Right.
3 full turns of shooting.
It's... Like, yeah, my Vanguard really bogging up your things over here helped a bunch. Like the triple Demon prints are super obnoxious. The mobility, I feel bad cheating with Mortarion the one time, but again, I think he would have just taken the same amount of damage in the end if you were to shoot at him. It was either you're going to shoot him or the Death Shroud, I think, with the Redemptors.
It's just really good saving.
Yeah, like, and amazing card draws as well.
Yes, you had every cheat up your sleeve. I
had almost every answer up my sleeve, and I'm not too sure what else I had in my deck. I imagine a lot of poo, because the other...
You had all the best cards at the top.
I think so. Yeah. I think that's what it ended up with, yeah, because these guys would assault, they would go 12 inches, that squad would move on there, that squad would move over there.
There's no way for me to...
Kill both of them off, and you could probably kill this squad, but not that squad.
Yeah,
and then all of them.
I just don't have the mobility to get to the objectives to even take them.
Yeah, because I think you're too tied up back here.
I'm too tied up, and then I don't have enough killing power left. Like, even though I haven't lost a lot, and most of my shooting's still on the board, it just doesn't seem to be getting through the Death Guard. So I don't think I could kill enough off to slow you down, nor move enough stuff to capture any points. So I think it's fair to say that we're going to have to fly away home and lick our wounds.
Yeah, I think it's potential for the Raven Guard to win, but it's a stretch. I wasn't really confident with my position either. I had one really good turn, and then this stuff can start shooting now, which is nice. So them being able to open up will be pretty useful. But overall, I feel like I'm not doing a whole lot of damage, but that's the classic Death Guard. They just take all the hitting, and they just do enough damage to win through attrition. And I think if we played 5 turns, it would be a Death Guard win through attrition.
I think so too.
So
I agree.
I'll give you that awkward left-handed handshake across the really long table.
Oh, God.
The table's very long. This is the dead pile we had in the conclusion of our game, so not a whole lot. Though, yeah, kind of similar stuff. I killed some of your troops off, you killed my troops off. I killed your Terminators, you killed some of my Terminators. And my character and your character died, and the one Dread. And we've been doing an equal amount of damage to each other. It's just Mortarion and the Death Shroud Terminators are eating up a large amount of firepower.
With a lot of wounds.
Anyways, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the Apocalypse game. Leave any comments down below about additional rules, mistakes that I may have gotten wrong that I didn't note in the game that we just played, because I always read the comments and I always try my best to learn from them. It's with Games Workshop releasing all of these little specialty games, it's starting to get a little taxing remembering every single rule set for every single game that they're releasing now, in addition to all the other games I play, like King's War and all the other Mantic games, and it's getting rough, to say the least. But I think we did pretty good in this game.
Yeah. I mean, it was my first Apocalypse game.
That's true, yeah. And you really understand the nuances of it now, how powerful, really fast assaulting units. Poxwalkers, yeah.
Just only play them.
And then, well, the 24-inch move on the Demon Princes and Mortarion were pretty useful as well.
It was surprising, but like sort of in an enjoyable way.
Right, it's like, oh geez.
Tickle.
The durability of the Primaris Marines always get me as well. 3 wounds on the Redemptor Dreads, like that's a 9-wound unit, that's super hard to chew through. The Hellblasters being 4 wounds and dishing out as much damage as they can do, that's terrifying. And of course this guy was doing a bunch of damage as well. 8 shots with the Hurricane Bolters. I don't think I've ever seen any more than 16 dice being thrown in one shot, so these guys throwing 16 dice was super impressive as well. Anyways, I digress. I'm taking up more of your day than I already have, so again, leave comments down below. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and as always, see you next time, and happy wargaming, everyone.